That happened before. I was trying to link up the chat. Um, Still need to work a little bit more on that, but I think by next week we should be able to have that. So welcome everybody.
Yeah.
I'm Siamoda,
And I'm Siamarta.
and here today we're
going to be live streaming some gameplay from Grandia II. It's a Dreamcast title that we both really like, so...
The Dreamcast was made around 15, 20 years ago.
Yeah, I think the last time I played this game was 15 years ago, so I'm kind of excited.
It had a very short life, but the Dreamcast has some fantastic games for it.
Oh,
so, we're going to... Merida is going to be playing it while we talk about our mains this week.
I'm going to go ahead and hit the start button. It's got a really long opening, so...
That's right. We'll get that party started as we get this party started. Pretty simple maintenance for us this next week on R01. Mostly Halloween quest stuff. We're waiting for the headgears from Caro, but if we don't receive them, we're going to put in a placeholder so we have the quest out to you guys in time. And we're also going to be expanding the bounty board system. So we'll be putting in some more Monster Hunt quests in the Glass Time area, I believe.
Very cool.
Now this is some SD. This was state of the art at the time.
Yeah, I remember it looking so much better. But then again, I was playing it on a tiny little TV, and...
The FMV usually ages the most, but I think it was really the story was pretty great.
Yeah, that's why I liked it. I think because it was one of the first RPGs that I had played with a story like this, because I didn't really get into Final Fantasy games until 10. I went back and tried 8 and 7, but you can't really go back as easy. So.
Oh, it's tough.
Yeah. So I remember this game being very, very big deal.
They had some interesting twists and turns.
Yeah. With the religious kind of government
thing. Oh, yeah. There were a lot of...
corruption, that sort of thing.
Commentary.
Yeah.
Tiger Specialist, the battle system is what got my attention. I'm trying to remember what magazine it was. It wasn't Game Informer. It was one of the older magazines, but Dave Halverson was the guy who wrote the review on this. I don't know why I remember it.
Wow.
He was a huge booster of the Dreamcast. Like, they had title stories or cover stories on Jet Set Radio, Jet Grind Radio, Grandia II. Like, he said this was the greatest RPG of the year. And
I do remember liking it and Skies of Arcadia way more than some other RPGs I've played over the years. So I do think that even for an older game, I'm hoping it holds up. I don't know. It's been 15 years, so...
I don't think I've played it since I originally beat it back in the day.
I played it a couple times. I really, really liked it.
It's great, like, the animation is, like, making the transition from sprite-based RPGs to, like, fully polygonal.
Yeah.
A little robotic, a little audio animatronic, but...
The little guy waving.
They still have a ton of character,
This is adorable.
A lot of times it was still the same teams who had worked on the, like, legendary JRPGs of the SNES era. But the Dreamcast was sort of like the most powerful thing at the time. I remember, you would see in the TV commercials where Sonic was running towards the camera.
Oh, man.
And the whale jumped over the bridge.
Sonic Adventure. Oh, man, yeah.
Video games will never look better than this. It's impossible.
There's the main character. Yeah, Ryudo. There we go.
He was a real jerk.
Yeah, I remember he has a "excuse me, princess" line that comes up pretty early. So that's about all I remember from his personality. It's kind of a...
you know what? I feel like I'm probably in the minority on this, but I think that Link, they need to have some games where he talks, and he needs to have the voice from the cartoon.
And the big nose. Like, he needs to have that. I would...
I'm gonna fight Ganondorf! I mean, I guess either that or he'd sound like in Wand of Gamelon. I can't wait to bomb some Dodongos. But yeah, the fact that all this is rendered in Engine, I guess, is pretty cool.
Can you guys hear it okay?
Yeah, can you guys actually hear the audio from the game?
Man, this goes on for way longer than I remember.
I'm going to try and see if I can put the chat manually into the thing. Apologies if this looks weird.
Oh, there. No. All right, money.
Yeah, that's definitely a. Oops, I'll put this behind us.
It's gonna be hard to read. So it's very low for him. Don't know if they can hear it. Oh man, Power Stone. I forgot about Power Stone. I loved that game.
It could be that they're just hearing it from here. They might not actually be getting any audio from the game itself. They may just be hearing it off the TV.
Yeah, apologies guys. This is our first time doing this, so. But we just had a meeting yesterday where we were brought up all of these games. We're like, oh man, I want to play them. All right, we're gonna do this. This cutscene goes forever.
Oh yeah, they go for a while.
I feel like I should just like sit here like I'm reading a book because I don't even need this controller.
It's like that is definitely the JRPG experience.
Yeah. So, for RO2, since we've got this long cutscene going on, we've got some new events coming up on the 6th. So, you guys should look out for the EXP boost that's going to go in, and that's going to apply for weekdays and weekends. It's going to be, I believe, 30% for weekdays and 100% on weekends, and that's going to run until the 17th of November. So, that'll help if you've got some characters you're wanting to level up. We've also got a new cool thing that's called Stay Cool in Morocco, where you get these stylish sunglasses, which haven't been released yet before. And you get that by taking a fortress or a castle during one of the Morocco's during the time period that it's active. So that's going to be running from the 6th of this month to December 1st. So
that's a pretty long-running event, so
yeah.
There's a lot of chances for people to get...
And everybody in the guild gets them, so you guys can walk around with your cool glasses.
Very cool.
So that'll be fun. There's one other play and power-up event that's going to happen as well. So if you're playing for more than 10 hours a week, each week you'll get a power-up box that'll come to you with some items. So just as a... oh, cool. I can actually move now.
Whoa!
Was not prepared for this.
Hopefully it's like... maybe you're able to see that.
Probably should have been paying attention to what I'm supposed to do. Oh.
Oh, yeah, that's how you would save the game.
Recover and save game. Yeah, I'm going to save right now just because I don't want to have to go through that cut if it... Oh, man. BMUs.
It was such a cool... Oh, yeah. It sounds like when your computer's dying, like that weird... It's just like built into the device.
Yeah, and look, you could have 4 of them. 2 in each. Man,
That
I
was
miss
incredible.
these. Yeah, I made friends because of these in high school. My friend Brian and I became friends because we had our VMUs out and we're playing on them in class. So,
I remember they had it was like a Tamagotchi for the Skies of Arcadia game.
yeah, and there was also the one for Sonic Adventure, so you could have
Oh.
that. And then yeah, there was something else, another game that had
I mean,
something
this
you
is
could-
the original dual screen console.
Man,
I guess when you
now
think about it,
gotta figure out how to get out of here.
it's sort of like what the Wii U does.
There we go. Can I go up? Hi.
If they're not getting any audio from that, I might as well turn it up on here. Oops.
Though the voice acting is a little stilted, I don't know how much they probably want to hear it. No offense to the staff, but ouch, some of the delivery.
I'm going to tell the Sega team or whoever
Yep.
made this that they said
How
that.
dare you? Probably should have skimmed over some sort of tutorial before doing this so that I knew where the heck I
There was
was
nothing
going.
up on the ledge?
Oh, was there?
Uh,
RPGs are not that easy to let's play.
and, you have it in the background. I love the fact that in the game, your entire party would be like trailing behind you.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe they do not have other
No.
places to go.
Oh, whoa, okay, there we go.
It's all about exploration. But yeah, there were things that the game did, like at the end of when you actually came back to town, they'd have a scene of your entire party eating at
I have initiative.
eating at an inn. You didn't have to go to different stores to buy weapons and armor and things like that. And they did have kind of a neat active system.
Let's see. Moves and magic, items.
They are not holding your hand on this one at all. You better get some practice if you want to beat me.
Oh, man.
Let's see.
I got something over here. Oh. I'm not a big fan of these giant spiders.
No, spiders.
Spiders in games in general. It's always
I'm
some
not a
low-level monster or boss fight where you have a giant one. Gotta
Like
get through
these are big enough, but the ones that are like boss size are
Yeah.
no, thank you. I remember that the exploration. This is a little bit more linear than
Yeah.
Skies of Arcadia, but it was pretty manageable. Like
Let's try this.
the skills that you could do with your characters were just ridiculous.
Nice.
Like one character, I think, actually has an attack that has like a giant foot or a claw come from the sky.
Man, you remember this better than I do.
I have nothing else of value to remember.
Oh, found a village. All right.
Yeah. Also, the Dreamcast is right next to the microphone.
So you're gonna hear a lot
So
of
that
authentic
probably
Dreamcast noises.
will make it more noticeable. I'm going to try and see if I can find out how to get the audio from the game.
It's gonna be a while till we get Millennia, isn't it? I can't remember when she comes into the game. Sex appeal.
It wasn't too long. Well, because she kind of comes along with another character.
Yeah. Spoilers.
Oh. Well, now you gave it away that there were spoilers.
Could they have walked away any slower than that? That That was the slowest procession out.
Well, it could have been a drain on the hardware if
Maybe.
they actually
Move
moved more
faster than
quickly.
this?
Also, your bird talks. They just throw that one out there. Do you ever play Grandia 1?
I didn't, no. This was the one Grandia game I played, so... To be fair, I didn't actually have a system before the Dreamcast besides my old Nintendo, so there was like a very long period of time where I was just playing a lot of Bubble Bobble over and over and over again.
That seems pretty rad.
It was actually pretty great. I would totally still go back and play that for hours. We should do that. That would be a little bit easier to stream.
Let's see.
Oh man, the sisters are gonna exercise the devil.
Yeah, you're going up a tower or something like that. I'm just Googling how to get the sound from...
We could always turn up the TV. Is this the up? Let's just do that.
Yes.
It's a nice one. Oh, I just left. The controlling's a little stiffer than I remember. Is that better? Can you hear it now?
I mean, we could probably put the mic a little closer. But,
God, I keep exiting.
you know what?
I'm trying to talk to this lady and I keep walking out the door. She must think I'm really rude.
You know, I guess at least it is not tank controls.
Okay. How do I talk to you, lady?
It's gotta be A.
She's just ignoring me. Look, she's not even looking
No,
at me.
you probably have to get like right in front of...
But if I walk in front of her, I go out the door. Okay. Oh, alright. Oh. Nah.
But,
There's a nice house here. They got shelves.
Great
Fancy.
amount of detail on this stuff. This actually looks really good.
All that for nothing.
You know, Carbo Village, I hear it's probably bad for you. You want to have more protein.
You don't bathe and you drink the blood of the monsters you slaughter? Yeah.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
we bathe in the blood. Garmia Tower. Yeah, you didn't have a lot of codexes or anything in these games. It's like, yeah, this is what all of this means. It's...
Oh, that is such a cool building. I have a feeling another cutscene's coming. So might as well just put down the controller again for another 20 minutes. So...
This is definitely a thought-out world.
Yep.
Whoa, voice acting.
Yeah,
What's
there's
the matter?
a dub
Is
for
that
this.
all?
Who said that?
Don't mind me. Continue.
Were you listening to
Real,
my
real
singing?
charmer.
Come on, if you're that tense, you won't be able to perform at all.
Who are you? I haven't seen you around. What are you doing here?
Whoa now.
That sounds
What
familiar.
am I doing here? You're the one who hired me.
I
See, very excuse
Hired
me,
you?
princess.
I do not remember anything of the sort. You
Sounds
look
like
awfully
Jennifer
suspicious.
Hale.
Leave right now, or I'll scream.
Are you for real?
It's funny when women are
Wait a
threatened.
second. I bet no one told you.
Elena, is something the matter?
Oh, that guy, you hear his voice in every game.
Ah, you must be the Geohound, yes? We've been waiting for you.
A geohound?
Is this like
Hey,
a Claymore?
I'm Ryuta.
Where they show up and
This
everyone's
here's
like, oh
Scott.
god.
Quite a warm
Get
welcome
out.
for someone
I think it's like
hiring.
What?
you're like a
are you
berserker
being so
adventure or
rude?
something like that.
Elena, please excuse her. Allow me to apologize on her behalf.
That's
Yes, women don't know how to
Elena,
talk. Let
you
me
must
talk
get
over
ready to
her.
leave.
That's Master Miller
Yes,
from
Father.
Metal Gear, I
I'm
think.
very sorry for interfering. Please excuse me.
We're two of a kind, Snake.
Alright, quiet men are talking, so...
Excuses in women are equally terrible.
Wow. This is a really progressive game.
This is your place.
We're gonna get hate mail from
May I ask
Tumblr
you to
over
wait
this.
at the inn? I shall be along shortly.
We don't need women to have a good time here, if you know what
But
I
I
mean.
mean, wink wink.
I like how reasonable the bird is.
Yeah, the bird's like, can you just not be
Like, hey,
such
you
a
know,
D-bag
you
for
wanna
like 5
get
seconds?
paid?
Yeah. This is our only job. We keep getting fired because you're smart ass. Man.
I love the design, you know, coming from an architecture degree, like the way that they design the houses is pretty unique here. I definitely
I
like
remember
it.
buying the art book for Grandia II because I liked the game so much, and just the concept art for it and the illustrations that they did for the character designs. Really, really beautiful work. There was a lot of love put into this game, definitely.
I think so. I mean, I seem to remember it being pretty long.
Oh, I can change the camera angle.
Wow!
Mind is blown.
That is super cool.
So there's gonna be one dude in every house that's gonna tell me insignificant things that I don't really care about.
I mean, you gotta have that.
Yeah.
At least he gets a bed. Like a lot of people, it's like, wait, Power Stone.
Oh, Power Stone I would love to play again. I loved that game. It's a fighting game. Did you ever play that one?
No. The only Dreamcast games I ever had was Grandia II, Jet Grind Radio, Gundam Side Story, which is fantastic, and Skies of Arcadia.
Okay, okay.
So I did miss out on like, because I bought it right as it was going out of production, so I could save some money.
Oh, okay. I got it that first Christmas it came out, along with Sonic Adventure.
1999.
Yeah, sounds about right. It's my first year of high school.
Ooh.
Yeah. I have no idea where I'm going.
The inn.
I'm back at the inn. Okay.
Oh yeah, you should talk to the lady. They probably want you to sleep at the inn.
And then wait for the next day
Yeah, that'll
for
probably
her
do it.
to stop being such a mouthy woman. Yeah. All right, I'll do that. The priest told me to wait
Oh,
here.
okay.
If only I knew how to follow instructions.
Well, you know, games like this, they wanted to give you a contained area, but let you kind of discover stuff on your own.
I think at the time I had so much more of an attention span than I do now. Now when I play games, I just arrow through the dialogue so fast that later I'm like, oh crap, they told me what I was supposed to do and now I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah, the time before quest logs and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Well, like what happened to me is I was playing Final Fantasy VI. I put it down for a week, came back on an airship.
Oh, and you just didn't know where
I
you
was
were,
like,
what you were
"Oh,
doing.
no."
Yeah, that's every RPG that I put down. If I put it down, I'm doomed to never finish it now. That's why I'm really thankful with MMOs that you have that quest log, so you can go back in there and, oh, okay, this is where I was. At least to a certain degree, you can figure out where you are in the game. It's a lot easier to pick up and put down.
But we should totally get.
I think I have
Power Stone.
Power Stone in my storage unit. I will look. I hope I do.
That would be fun. So for consoles, I've got a original Xbox. I've got this Dreamcast. I may still have my PlayStation 1.
I've got, we could play Soul Calibur. I also have that. I've got all my Dreamcast games, I hope. So there's, what, and I'm taking a couple, like, PlayStation games as well, so if you have, like, a PlayStation 1 or 2.
Yeah.
We could play Gundam Battle Assault and beat Big Zam and take up the screen.
Ooh.
Except for our Let's Plays will not be nearly as funny as some of the other ones out there.
They do a great job, even with the low amount of polygons they could do at the time. Everything is stylized enough so that it looks like, it's probably supposed to be that way.
Yeah, and there's a little charm to the little squishy people, little chibi style. I mean, RO's got that too, so there is something nice and comforting about little squishy people
Yeah, it's
conveying their emotions to you in very simple gestures.
It's definitely the same scale or the same level of like SD that these characters are.
Yeah. I wonder if I go back to the church now. Probably shouldn't. Oh, there we go. All right.
I was gonna say that maybe the compass was pointing the way to your objective, but no, that totally wasn't it.
Her fussiness. All right. Oh,
You
come
know,
on, hurry up and come on.
You know, it's a real Nick and Diane kind of thing.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna keep pushing A and like wait for that dialogue to continue. People can follow that if they want. So last evening we had the first Morocco Woe. For any of you guys who were playing that, Acer actually won. So that was really cool to watch. Someone said on the forums that they actually were the first to take Frontera Woe as well. So they kind of have
Dual.
but but they hadn't had a castle for a while. So
Oh, very cool.
yeah.
They were waiting to take the initiative.
Yeah, it was really cool to see him run in and kind of sweep and how excited everybody was. I guess they were up till like 3 a.m. celebrating. I thought that was really cool.
3 a.m.
So,
Good gravy.
I know. I thought that was neat. It was very cool to see everybody go in there, rush in, and take the Imperiums. And I was live tweeting it as people were going through. So I'm not really a PvP player, but it was very fun to watch people get involved in that. So now she's following me. I can't get rid of her.
So I guess you're just going to the tower?
Oh, I'm getting fed.
Hmm.
Should you not take food from strangers? I was taught that you should not do that. I don't know what kind of love is in this. I'm a little worried.
Oh, what? You just knocked her
I
over?
did. I was super rude.
Whoa!
I came into their house. They gave me food, and I kicked over their furniture and left.
It's always amazing because in these games, you know, you never have stuff that's interactive.
So I'm guessing this over here is where I'm supposed to go.
It's
No?
probably past the inn to your left.
Oh, okay. Because the red dot is what I'm supposed to head for, right? No?
I think exit out the town to
Okay.
the left, and I'm really hoping there's a tower on this map that's coming up. Yeah.
Black Forest, alright. Finally.
You're gonna get some good ham. Yeah, we'll be streaming for probably another 30 minutes or so. So if you guys have questions, this is kind of like a video AMA. So feel free to ask us about
our titles, and we'll just continue to fiddle around with this game in the background, so.
Yeah, if you have any questions about like the games that we grew up playing or anything like that, like happy to answer those as well. Yeah, it was a cool thing, their emotions would change in the portraits. The neat thing about Skies of Arcadia was that the expressions on their actual face in game would change.
Huh, I don't remember it that well, but
This one, it was more that, the portrait would change.
I definitely... Skies of Arcadia definitely felt less linear than this. This is... The appeal of it was really the story, for sure. Because... Man, that is some...
The combat was fun.
This music is great.
That's fantastic. Yeah, and you're kind of racing to see who could get to the action first.
Yeah, you're racing with your opponent, so...
I don't remember any of that. Skies of Arcadia had a much more conventional...
Practice if you want to beat me.
Yeah, I was actually going to pick up Skies of Arcadia for the GameCube. They did a
Oh, okay,
remastered
yeah, they
version.
did, that's right.
I looked, and it's over $40 on Amazon right
jeez.
now. Like,
Kinda love that.
yeah, people love those old games.
Or your damn butcher, that's just really out there. No, this guy. He is not charming.
Yeah, I mean, I guess maybe that was the thing of the time was he has to be extreme. he's got an attitude. Yeah.
And then the two women fight over him for some reason.
I guess that was a lot of anime.
Yeah,
Back at the
it
time.
kind of is the time.
Undying Satyr says, what was your favorite RPG of all time to play?
That's a good question. I guess Legend of Mana qualifies. It's like, say, maybe that. I actually really like Final Fantasy X as well. The first one, the second one, no. Oh god, I don't.
You didn't
I
like
I made it through that just because I forced myself, but that was
singing
just
and
a really,
dancing?
that was just a bad game. Where the part where you give the lady a rub down, it just like there were times when I was playing it where I'm like, I don't think I'm old enough for this game.
I'm trying to think of my favorite RPG. I really did love Skies of Arcadia a lot.
That was a good one.
You better practice if you want to beat me.
But I'm trying to think, like, I love Fallout 2 and 3. I really like those post-apocalypse type games.
I don't end up playing very many of those. I play more like fantasy RPGs, although I haven't played a bunch of them, and I mean, it's been ages since I've picked up one, just because they are very time-consuming. You have to really, like, dedicate.
Oh, yeah. I like Final Fantasy Tactics a lot, although the storyline was dark on that one. Like, very, very dark.
Oh.
looks like a nice place. It's going to be really good.
I want to get like a vacation home out here. That ominous tower is probably really scenic.
Atamusk asks, speaking of Fallout, any interest in Wasteland 2? Yeah, actually really excited for that. I have a bunch of games in my Steam backlog that I'm waiting to play before I get into Wasteland. From what people said, the game's great. The combat's a little clunky, but, you know, looking at its origins, it seemed perfectly fine. Yeah, I definitely am excited about that. Yeah, Barloaf says Sky's combat was way more boring than Grandia, especially the boss battles, but the characters and setting is just a bit richer. Yeah, I can definitely agree with that. The ship-to-ship combat was actually really interesting.
Yeah, the naval battles up in the air that you participated in, was that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, for me, there's nothing I love more than, like, in an RPG, when you actually get your own base and you can sort of start recruiting people and kind of like building it up, making it like an empire. And I think Skies of Arcadia did a great job of like, you start off with like a clunky old ship.
And you kind of recruit your crew and have like your home base there. That's right.
Yeah, Xenogears I also liked a lot. I tried going back to play that more recently, but there are a lot of...
This line right here, man, how long is this going to take? I feel like this could sum up this whole... this whole experience. Got a bad feeling about this.
It's probably fine. Yeah, Undying Satyr says Final Fantasy Tactics is by far my favorite, mostly due to the combat system and openness of builds.
Oh, somebody's dead.
I mean, I feel like Ragnarok 1 is definitely influenced a lot by Final Fantasy Tactics. The way that the characters are designed, the different classes, and the 2D sprite characters on a 3D background definitely feels a lot like Tactics. Suikoden and Thousand Arms I've never been able to play.
Suikoden I played some of. I never finished it.
That's the one with the guy who's a duck or a bird?
I thought that was like that was like a military. God, that was like, I do not have the best memory, but duck guy? I don't know.
Maybe that wasn't Suikoden. Yeah, and didn't play Thousand Arms.
No.
Yeah, Sega and Square were the only companies that I really knew were making RPGs.
Now that it's not that awesome squealy guitar. That's how you know something's really going down in game. They bust out the squealy guitar.
You know what? I'll have to check out Suikoden. I've got a Vita, and especially if they had the games come out for that system.
Ooh. That's pretty cool.
Well, I really like that... No, you know what? I'm sorry. I misspoke when I said my favorite RPG. It's actually Persona 4. Persona 4 Golden. I like the kind of like modern day setting. I like building up relationships with the teammates. It was a great game. Sorry to have neglected that. But like this game, they also had the where you can see the monsters out in the overworld. So you can. It's not where it pop up randomly. So any game that does that is, you know, gets an extra point in my book. Have you played any of the Tales of, like, Symphonia or the Tales
No,
of
I
Symphonia?
haven't. No, but I've heard good things. You know, I haven't like I said, I haven't really invested much time into any game that I really can't pick up and put down within an hour or two. So a lot of the games I've been playing have been very like short stints of fighting, like stuff like Dynasty Warriors. Honestly, I like to turn my brain off and just kill a bunch of stuff and put it down. And
See, that's cool.
that's my gameplay style at this point. It's very light. I don't want to have to think. I don't want story. I actually really liked playing Drakengard, the first one, and then the second one came out, and I was like, oh, you added some more story? So I never ended up finishing it. But the first one was the perfect game for me. You just went around, you hacked up some people, and then you got on a dragon, you flew around, and you burned them. It was like Trogdor, the game, so first you were a man, then you were a dragon man, and then maybe you were just a dragon, because then you fly around and like shoot people out of the sky.
Okay.
And
So there's some variety in the gameplay there?
yeah, no, it was a really fun game. But then they decided they needed to have like more of a story besides the weird stuff that they did in the first one that was story.
Do you know what company made that?
Drakengard. Who did make that? I do not remember.
Oops.
Oh, getting chased. These arachnids, not my favorite thing.
I'm not a fan of spiders.
No, not a fan.
If something's got more than 4 legs, I'm probably not a real big fan of it.
I have that policy about things with legs and also eyes. If you've got more than 3 eyes, I probably have an issue with
So
you.
the anime 3x3 eyes is probably fine.
It's okay because, you know, that one extra one I can handle. But if you go anything beyond that, like 4 or 5 or heaven forbid 8 or 12 or something like horrible like that, you just burn it. Just burn it.
Yeah, Muriel says, oh, and playing on the Dreamcast 2? Yeah, playing on an emulator, the legality of those is a little gray.
Plus, we really wanted you guys to have to hear the nice grindy fan noise of the Dreamcast that we missed so much.
I mean, it was great with Skies of Arcadia. You could always tell when there was a random boss battle. because it was...
you know, yeah. Floating something. Like, up.
Oh, that was Square Enix who made Drakengard.
Oh, okay, yeah. I
Actually,
love that game.
One of my favorite games that Square made was a side-scrolling shooter called Einhander.
Did not play that one.
It totally the weirdest thing they ever did. It was like a really competent full 3D side-scroller, but they never really made anything like that again.
Clear this room out totally. I'm trying to go through here and kill everybody. Kill everything. I know I'm supposed to be progressing, but I'm kind of a little afraid of getting into another
Well, hey,
story plot.
That's
Uh-oh, he's gonna do something to me. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, there we go. I am almost dead. Maybe I should use an item. Sure, let's use that. See what good this does me.
I love the Resident. Oh, okay, that's not
That was
too
actually
bad.
pretty
and they've been
decent.
dropping that too, so.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Muriel says Grandia is my first Dreamcast RPG.
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember. I played one of them first.
I think this was my first one on the Dreamcast as well.
Probably it was the first one for me because I was really excited about the reviews for that.
Dreamcast magazine, that was a thing, right?
Oh,
They had a magazine out. I think they did.
I mean, they must have. I'm trying to remember if Sega had something like Nintendo did for Nintendo Power.
I don't think it came out that often,
I mean,
but I think that there was a publication, and sure, let's do that. Haven't done anything cool in a while.
Tensei can slash.
Okay.
Practice if you want want to be free.
So you got special coins, magic coins, and gold.
Mm-hmm.
There's already a lot of different forms of currency.
Yeah. Gonna be hard to keep straight.
Lion underscore MX says, any love for the non-Persona Shin Megami Tensei?
Yeah.
Oh, you played them?
Like, Devil Summoner.
Yeah. Are those PlayStation 2 or 1 games?
2 is the second one's 2? Or no, second one's 3.
They have one that takes place in, like 1930s Japan
Yeah.
that I'm actually really curious about trying out.
That's that one.
Oh.
Yeah. It's set like, what's that period?
Taisho?
Taisho period, yeah.
Taisho, so it's
Yeah.
between the Meiji
Yeah.
Restoration
Yeah.
and like the Showa period.
Did
Yeah.
was I supposed to exit, or I just left? I'm like, hey, let's just chill out by the fire.
You know, if you can find some place to save, it's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
I don't know if everything repopulates.
Oh, if it does, I'm kind of SOL.
Well, you know, they're still dropping herbs, so... yeah. Actually, I think Miro says Dreamcast had its own magazine along with demo discs. I actually have one of those here.
Oh yeah, got one of those. What do we got? Is that the one?
No, this
That's
is...
Jet Set Radio. Okay.
Yeah.
And then this one's.
And you've called it by its proper name. Good. Yes. And this is the one, I don't even know what's on here. That might be fun actually to fire that one up.
The demo disc.
Yeah.
I had a few really regrettably horrible games that I got for the Dreamcast because they labeled themselves as like RPGs, and I don't even remember the name of it, but it was so bad. It wasn't at all an RPG. It was basically like you just went through and hacked at stuff with no plot whatsoever. I just wish I could remember the name of it. It was so bad. That was during a period of time with games that, since we didn't have the internet like we do now, you could get
couldn't
sold
tell.
things that were totally mismarketed. Like they
Well,
lied
yeah,
to you
like,
about
unless
it.
you read a review, and even then sometimes, like, Nintendo Power, you know...
And just buying it based on the packaging, oh man, super disappointed a couple times there, where I bought games and I shouldn't have, just because they were completely different from the way that they were being sold. So
And yeah, we didn't have any internet to say, oh, you know, this game actually
don't buy this
sucks.
game; it's terrible. Yeah. Hope you got another $30 to go spend on something better. But I gotta save my
I'm trying to think if I did have internet circa... I probably had internet circa 99 or 2000. Yeah, definitely. But I wasn't necessarily looking at game reviews that weren't in a magazine.
Yeah.
Okay, so you just need to go around to find that save point.
Yeah, and I'm trying to figure out if there's
You
another
probably have
door
to
through
loop
here.
up over to the right or something.
And that goes downstairs. There's no... How do I get over there? I see a door over here, but I got stuff.
There probably isn't something weird like... What is the forward and back that pops up?
Oh! Ta-da! I need to start using my camera. I keep forgetting that you can actually do this. For some reason, I anticipate this game not having different camera angles, and then it does.
This actually does look like it plays a little bit like Persona 4.
Do you want to play some of it?
Sure.
Go for it.
Oh,
You just press buttons. It's pretty easy. So yeah, I will switch with you. I will go through and answer questions, and let's reposition.
Okay, that hurt. That definitely hurt me some. These guys are pretty tough dudes.
Let's see.
Okay, so there's no independent movement here. He's gonna hit me unless I can.
So if you guys have any questions for us, about the game we're playing, or if you have anything about RO1, RO2, just ask them. So, we are in the middle of Grandia II. This is our first time playing it for many, many years. There are probably people who are watching this who were born in that period of time since we've last touched this game.
This is like one of those wanna feel old BuzzFeed articles.
Yeah.
I do have initiative. Let's see. Yeah, that is not regenerating.
Yep.
So maybe I better... So I'm guessing combo must be pretty fast.
Yeah, and you can use, if you, that one's just kind of like your base attack, and then you have the one that's sort of in between that's a little bit more power.
Maybe
And then,
slower.
yeah, and then you've got your special attack that I'm sure we'll get more of them as we play. But
Yeah, let me...
But it's certainly not a challenging game. I don't remember it being particularly hard to play either. It was unlike some games where I can remember being really frustrated with it. I don't think I ever really had a moment in this game where I went, oh crap, I'm gonna die. I always felt like this game was kind of breeze. You were just in it for the story.
Yeah, well, your party also had some really cool and useful skills.
So we have a question. Did you ever own a Saturn?
No. When the Saturn came out, I think I had an NES, but I missed the Super Nintendo era.
Yeah, I also did not. But
I think I may have been just playing, playing PC at the time. I know that I was really big into like Command and Conquer and really big into Command and Conquer and flight sims like X-Wing or TIE Fighter.
I was doing a lot of the city builders on my PC.
Oh, I love those, like
Yeah.
SimCity, SimCity
Or I was more
2000.
into like the ones that were themed for different civilizations. Not Civ, but like Ramses and they had like a Roman one, and I was playing a lot of those. A lot of micromanagement of building things, so I think that
Contrast is a little...
I think there's a box right over there. Missing, maybe.
Okay.
You gotta exit, find another doorway.
The
See,
contrast on here
is terrible. Yeah.
Well, part of it is that we got the studio lights here.
Oh, there we go.
Da-da-da-da.
There's actually, it's a lot more clear on the other monitor. It's easier to see than on the big one.
Oh, that's how it works. Okay.
Settlers. It was not Settlers. It was, God. This is requiring me to think. I'm not good at that. They were themed for different civilizations, so I do remember that there were expansion packs to each of them. Then you'd have like one that was Roman, another one that was Greek, and then there was an Egyptian one. I believe there was one for China, and they'd have like these different expansion packs where you could essentially you were just building up like an army and making bases and then building like great monuments of your time and micromanaging like your fields and things like that. It was just this wonderful time waste, but it wasn't. I don't remember the names of them.
Could be Age of Empires?
No, it wasn't Age of Empires because you actually spent less time fighting and worrying about your army. So.
Okay, I'm gonna save the game here. Actually, I wanted to pop in the demo disc before we close.
Before we wrap it up. It's a little hard to do RPG, so maybe next time we'll do like a fighting game or something that's a little bit easier for us to sit there and talk. Now everyone's gonna be guessing like, what were these games? I'll have to go and Google it. I'll figure it out.
Okay, let's see. This should work. I may need to reboot the system for it to pop
Let's
up
see.
properly.
It wasn't Civ.
Saturn was the N64 competitor. It was tough because the entire thing was designed to be the best 2D sprite-based game console, but unfortunately, like PlayStation started coming out, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, we need to do 3D games." So it was really kind of like.
Yeah, it was an interesting time, especially for Dreamcast when it came out. That transition, in a lot of ways, it felt like the kind of system that would have survived had it not been right at that cusp of PlayStation kind of taking over as like
it ate
top
everybody's
dog.
lunch.
Yeah, it did. Because the Dreamcast actually had a whole lot of really fun games that were out for it, but it was a lot more short-lived than it really should have been. And it also really encouraged that social aspect prior to Nintendo doing that with some of the stuff that they have now. With the VMUs and the way that the fighting games were, it really encouraged you to have a group of people interacting, and you could connect the two VMUs together and share data. It was just... I really liked it. It was a very social system.
I think Phantasy Star Online may have been a Dreamcast game.
I think so. Maybe somebody in the chat will know. Yeah, I think the lens is going on the Dreamcast.
The lens is okay. It's actually my my disc is just super dirty.
Look at this, Windows compatible. It's compatible with Windows CE.
Well, it was kind of a weird thing. I believe that some of Sony's hardware or some of Sega's hardware actually made it into the original Xbox.
Okay.
Just as a kind of like a screw you to Sony. Like, that's the legend.
Thanks for killing us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically that's why so many of Sega's games ended up on the Xbox. And a lot of the community who were like diehard Sega people went to Xbox.
Which is interesting because I did not. I really loved my Dreamcast though, but I did not make that jump. The games that you could get for the GameCube, I ended up rebuying all of them because I wanted to keep playing. So.
Well, especially because you can play those on a Wii now. Like,
Yeah.
I definitely need to go back and buy some of those.
Yeah, and well, some of the games you can actually get some of these titles in different app stores. I think PlayStation has like Sonic Adventure 2, because I was going to download that so I could play it. I think that so
The
some of
Sonic
them,
games will usually they'll port it to a lot of different systems.
So I mean, it's possible to get some of these older games and kind of relive them, but it's a little sad. I feel like the era when I was the most into games, that my Dreamcast was just like my favorite.
It's like, high school. It's like actually having
we got
free
cut.
time. Ooh, okay.
Technical difficulties.
That is interesting.
Yeah. Reconnecting. All right.
Let's see if that does it. I mean, it was almost the end of our stream.
Yeah, we should probably cover a couple of the topics in our thing, and then.
Yeah, let me stop and then I'll start again. Oh, that's a really interesting thing from Bismarck.
Wonder what happened.
Could be the Twitch flipped out. Unfortunately, we get DDoS once in a while. Yeah. Seems really slow.
Yeah, it must be Twitch itself because even the chat's not coming up.
I wonder if it's the computer might be having issues.
Yeah. Or maybe our internet. Oh, maybe not. Cause then that
No,
loaded.
because we're still able to see them saying that there were. Yeah, that. It looks like Twitch died. Well, I guess we could just. The nice thing is that the video should still have kept recording.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe we might just let people know, like, hey, Twitch died.
Twitch died. Okay.
Yeah.
Is this the thing right here?
No, that's Origin. It'll be the one right next to it.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, maybe just press stop streaming.
Stop streaming. Can we start and then just hit start again?
I tried doing that, but nothing came up on Twitch, so.
That sucks.
Yeah, I'm not even seeing people talking about it.
Yeah, it makes me wonder if it's something wrong with Twitch in general.
Maybe they had somebody start.
Reconnecting. Did it do this before?
It probably does that automatically every, like, 30 seconds or something.
Are we back? Oh, I see the chat came back.
Oh, no, it
Yeah.
says live now.
Are we back?
I think so.
Can you guys see us? Or is it just an ad? Yay, we're back.
So that looks like it was probably Twitch having a little bit of a issue there.
Yeah, Twitch just maybe kicked us. They didn't like us. Sorry.
Yeah, we're playing Dreamcast games. Maybe they're getting a little offended.
Yeah. Talking too much smack. So before we go, since we're wrapping it up here in a minute, we're just going to go over a couple of the things that are going on in RO1 and RO2.
Only on Sega Dreamcast.
Oh.
So at least that'll load. We'll have some background music there.
So what's the things that are happening in the games?
Yeah, we're starting up our Halloween stuff, so we'll have some fun Halloween content. We're working on a map specific for Halloween. We'll see if we can get that in. I believe we're still waiting on some stuff from Korea, but we still want to put the quest in next week. So if we don't receive the headgear that we wanted, we may still have like a token that you guys can redeem later.
So for us, we're going to have a couple events starting on the 6th. So after maintenance, you'll see there's going to be EXP boosts. So there's going to be weekly ones and weekend ones. The weekend ones are going to be bigger. So throughout the next month, it's a good time to play if you need to level some characters. We also have a box that'll go out to people who played 10 or more hours a week. So you'll get some goodies for playing RO2. And there's also an event for people who compete in Morocco. If you're out there taking castles, fortresses, you get these cool glasses. So, be able to.
You want to put on the glasses.
Yeah, they're like wayfarers. They're very hipster. You'll like them. So you can go in there and let everybody know that you win. By having those glasses, you will be winning.
Kind of a point of pride. I think that's neat.
Yeah, they're very neat because they actually haven't been released yet. So
Oh.
they are a new thing. You will be the first to have them. So those are our big things going on. And thanks for watching us. This one?
give you guys a little preview of the next time.
Yeah, so
Ooh,
we're gonna.
Hopefully that crack won't be a problem.
Oh God.
We'll see.
Just a little crack.
But yeah, if you guys like the format, let us know. If there are things that, if there are things that you guys would like to see us do for future This Week in Ragnarok, we actually have some fun ideas that we're kind of talking about. Maybe a little bit of on-location filming stuff, and hope you guys will like it. Let your friends know. We always can use more viewers. But thank you so much for supporting us.
Yeah, and we're loading up this. Are we gonna play this next time?
Yeah,
Is this
just
gonna be our next one?
give a little preview.
Okay. Yeah, so we're probably gonna be playing games in the background as well for future streams, just because it's fun. Gives us an opportunity to revisit some nostalgic games. If you guys have any requests, we'll see if we have them in our collection. Got to work with what we have in the office, so we'll have to be hitting up everybody like, okay, what old Dreamcast games do you have, and shaking people down for it. So,
and it could be PlayStation, it could be whatever console, or even old PC games. I think is totally fair.
Man, I want to play King's Quest.
Oh, those are hard games.
We'll play through Perils of Rosella. It'll be like the slowest progress ever. It'll be even worse than this. People will just be like, I can't. This is painful.
Games, I think we could have a lot of fun.
Yeah. So just give us some suggestions, and we'll see if we have them.
Okay, and we'll be talking with you guys in just a little bit. I believe that there's going to be a in-game event on RO starting in just a few minutes. And I think we're going to be doing a little bit of streaming of RO1 in a few minutes, so be sure to check back soon.
All right, thanks for watching us, guys.
Talk to you soon. Bye. Okay, so the connection came back. I don't know what that was.
Probably since the chat went down in general, it probably was the whole thing. So, but yeah, fighting games would probably be easier, just because RPGs they're kind of
more story based and stuff like that.
Yeah, at least with fighting games, you can have like a quick turnaround. So, but that was fun. So I can't believe that game. It's so different than I remember it. It's just not even the same game in my head as it is now.
I seem to recall it took a little while to get into that game. Well, not for it to get good, but it was really when you start getting other party members.
And you started hearing the story coming into it. Because I do remember the reason why I really liked it was because of the whole overarching story of the church and betrayal and stuff like
dark,
that. Yeah, that's why I liked it.
Think these guys are nice? No. They're very much
they're
not
trying
nice.
to destroy everything. Yeah, but it doesn't make it easy to share.
But it definitely looked like a good amount of people were watching. And
what did we end up getting?
It was like 40.
Okay.
And let me also get that uploaded to YouTube, because the audio will probably get cut from the Twitch version.
Oh yeah. Oh, because we're streaming the game.
They're really bad with that.
That sucks.
How are you supposed to stream games if you can't have the background music from the games playing?
Well, I think they only do that to the archive, but basically I think they want to scare people away from archiving their stuff. Oh. So it's like, we're fine hosting it live, but we don't want to be responsible
for your content forever. Okay.
Which is...
it's understandable.
Yeah. It's a lot when people are recording like 8 hours playing through a game.
Mm-hmm.